Hello guys, good morning. Welcome to another episode of this page, Onyinye NCO. Remember to share, remember to like us, remember to drop your comment on the comment section. Now today we are talking about 3 things you do as a wife that makes your husband love you. 3 things you do firstly in the morning that keeps your love going. Number 1, no matter how sad you were last night, no matter how the man offended you, no matter what you might bear as pain, don't bring it to the next day. When the day breaks, it breaks with a new day, a new life, a new attitude. So no matter what your husband or your guy or whatever, if you're into a relationship or you are married, no matter what he did last night, please don't bring it to the next day. As you wake up in the morning, don't count on the past. Whatever thing that happened last night has become things of the past. Make sure you greet him. Make sure you greet him. That early morning greeting makes him feel that yes, you respect him. When you greet him that early morning, it will make him to have a remorse of, oh, upon all I did to her last night, she still come to greet me this morning. It will make him feel, oh, upon all, I thought she would be in pain, yet she still respected me. Let us not forget that in our culture, one of our culture is respect. So when you are called a man that is one thing that shows respect is greeting. If you respect me, what shows me that you respect me is greeting. If I don't respect you, what shows that I don't respect you is that I don't greet you. So when a man wakes up in the morning, no matter what happened last night, no matter what transpired last night, I wake up in the morning to say, good morning, sir, honey, sweetheart, whatever you call him, I say, good morning, sir. It makes him feel that, yes, this woman has respect for me. I'll make him to love you the more. Number 2, I want to talk about your husband's stomach. Most women ignore this. No matter what happens, unless maybe your husband decides not to eat, maybe as a result of going late to work, as a result of being on fasting, as a result of maybe he's in a hurry to leave the house. But no matter how hurry a man will be, try your best to make sure he eats. Try your best to make sure he doesn't leave your house without food. It's very important. Don't let your husband to leave the house without eating, without food. It doesn't show you are a good wife. When he goes out, he buys food. He doesn't feel joy that he has a wife at home that's supposed to give him food and he's buying food outside. He doesn't feel that joy. Most of all will be eating that be complaining. Some will complain to their fellow men that they have wives at home, yet they are eating outside. It doesn't show you are a good woman. It doesn't show you are respecting the man. But once it is daybreak, as you're preparing the children's food, you prepare his own food as well. As you're packaging the children's food to school, you package his own. Place his food properly placed. Make sure he eats before going out. Don't let him starve himself. Don't let him go out without taking anything. No matter how small it is, force him. Tell him, even if it's 1 or 2 spoons, it can sustain him for some time before he finds what to eat. But when you allow the man to leave the house without food, it gives him another thought about you. But when you force him, you must eat. I've prepared your food. Yes, you are in a hurry. but eat no matter how little it is. It makes the man feel, my wife tries. Oh. He will even tell men, I told you last time, if you think it's only women that gossip, is not true. Men also gossip. When they gather, they gossip. If you're a good woman, your husband discusses you. If you're a bad woman, your husband discusses you. Sometimes when men gather, they bring out their wife's issue. Some will tell, women are the same. Why are they saying women are the same? Because their wives are treating them bad. And those their wives are good would stand to defend that not all women are bad. Why there be a lot of arguments. This one will say it's true, this one will say it's not true. Some will tell that women are the same, some will tell it's not true. Why? Because we have different attitudes, characters in the home. If you're a man that marries a woman that doesn't respect you, you categorize all women they are the same. And if you're a man that marries a woman that respects you, you don't categorize. You hear them say, I don't believe in this you are saying. Women are not the same. My own wife doesn't treat me like that. So when you're giving your husband that right attention in the morning to make sure he eats before leaving the house, that makes him talk good about you. Even when people are criticizing you, be there to say no. He talks good about you. Number 3, please my fellow women, don't let your husband leave the house with anger. When he leaves the house with anger, you have spoiled his day. Some will come back and tell it's because of what you spoke to them, your attitude towards them, that made them fail that day. Please, no matter what a man must have done to you, don't let that man leave the house with anger. Greet him. Bless his day. Tell him, sweetheart, honey, daddy, whatever thing you call him, that as you move out today, may heaven be open for you. Let goodness meet you. You will not fail. Favor will meet you today. You will come back in peace. You will not come back in pieces. It gives, when a man leaves the house with joy, everything he does that day brings joy. But when a man leaves the house with anger, with bitterness, with, grumbling, anybody that steps on his toe that day is in trouble. Why? Because someone has offended him at home. You hear some people, when they're in the cars, some will say, Oga, if your wife offended you at home, please go home and settle your matter. Don't bring it to this, but this is a public bus. Why? Because they have been offended at home. They went out with that anger, and everything they do that day doesn't work. Why? Because everything they do is with anger. No matter what your husband may do, please don't let him leave the house with anger. Sometimes you block the road. Sometimes you make jokes to make sure that his mind is free before he leaves. Yes, you might be the one that offended him, but don't let him go out with that anger. Or he might be the one that offended you as well. And you say, because of this, I will never talk to him. No. You are getting it wrong. No matter what, don't let him leave the house with anger. You know what? You still go outside to tell people, my wife will always offend me, but I love her because he's the type that will offend her. He'll tell me sorry. She's the type that will offend her. She will tell me sorry, rather. So, when you're doing these 3 things, first thing in the morning before your husband goes out, be rest assured that he will love you. Be rest assured that he will place you on a higher value. You know what? I was saying something on the other video last time. Why is it that our men are leaving their families and they're going after side chicks? Because there are things these girls do that we wives we neglect. Because you think you're under the roof of a man, because he has brought you into his home, that means you think you are free, you have to behave anyhow. Why there are ladies and girls outside that are ready to pamper these men? There are ladies, there are girls outside that are ready to give them pampering more than what we give them at home. Now, when you fail to give your husband food at home, what are you saying? Go there and eat. And when he goes there, they feed him. When he goes out there, they give him that in which you refuse to give him at home. Some will call them on phone and say, oh, I'll be coming. I prepared egg. I prepared this one. I prepared this one. I kept it, you know. And when they come, these girls serve them better than we do at home. And that makes their mind to go there. I told us last time, any child, if you watch the lives of children, they go closer to that person that buys snacks for them. That person that buys sweet for them. That person that thinks that takes good care of them. That's where their mind directs. So when you are living with your child in the house, monitor that child. Observe that child very well. You see that if you are a mother that is close to these children, you have time to play with them, you accommodate them. Anytime they demand for something, you give them. These children will love you. And as well, if you are a father and you play with these children, oh, each time they see you, they are very happy. Because they know that whatever thing they demand, be it snacks, be it sweet, whatever, their daddy will say, I want to make you happy. You see that these children, they direct their mind to their father. They love their father. You know that we mothers, we know how to discipline children. So because we know how to discipline, and most of our fathers don't know how to discipline children, they don't discipline children. Because we are the ones staying at home with them 24 hours. A man will just wake up, take his bath and go to work. Comes back in the evening on the night. He doesn't know much about these children. But we, the mothers, are the ones staying with these children. So when you are the type, because we discipline, we flog, we caution, we correct. And the father will come back home, buy one thing or the other for them. You know what? They redirect their mind to their father because he doesn't flog them. He's the one that takes good care of them on their own way. You understand? To their own understanding. So they feel that you that is correcting them, you that is too harsh on them, that you don't love them. And that's what happens to us as wives and to our husbands. Sometimes we redirect our minds to where they're not supposed to go from attitudes. When a man will wake up, no greeting, you frown. When he looks at your face looks like a masquerade to him. No smiling face, no brightened face. What will he do? He has to start looking for where to get happiness. Every man in life needs happiness. But we don't know. Every man enjoys happiness in his home. So when that happiness is lacking, what do? They look for where to get happy, where they find a way to get happiness for themselves. So when he wakes up in the morning, make sure you greet him. It's a sign of respect that you love him, that you respect him. After greeting him, make sure you prepare food. Don't let him leave the house without eating. That's number 2 point I gave. Don't let him leave the house without eating. Make sure he eats, no matter how late it is. Unless there's no food, and by no reason there should not be. Unless, yes, if there's no food in the house, the husband will understand. It happens sometimes, it occurs sometimes that there is a day that wake up, there's no food. And when a man will understand that, yes, there's no food, it's understandable. But when there is food to give to this man, please make sure you give him food before he leaves the house. It's necessary. Number 3, I said, don't let him go out with anger. Anything you know you must do to make him go out with happiness, please do it. It's your own good. Do it and make your home a better place. Make your home heaven on earth. I love you guys, but God loves you the most. Remember to share, remember to like, remember to drop your comment on the comment section. If you have not been following us and this video comes across you, please try and do that. We love you, but God loves you the most.